Writing the offer. Now your buyer has successfully found a property that they want to write an offer on. And remember, as we shared in the home buying consultation, they already have their team of people mapped out. They're well aware of their financial payment and all the other costs associated with purchasing a home. Writing an offer is the most critical point in the process. And as we shared with you in the buyer consultation part, we're going to avoid positional bartering by really highlighting who your buyer is and what they have to offer. So at this point, they've already seen your offer template and understand how you work. So really the big part of this is going through and sharing the market, right? And when you're sharing the market, you're gonna have to do this again because I'm sure it's changed a little bit since the buyer consultation. You can provide the comparable sales, but remember this about comps. The day it closes is not the actual date. And this is the biggest mistake that people make in discussing offers with buyers. The date is the day it went into contract. That's when somebody actually bought it. And in many states, there's actually a gap. So if you're in New York State, from the time you have a verbal accepted offer, because they're not binding contracts, to the time that both parties sign the contract, it could be 7 to 10 days. So you have to take that into factor and know your local market. So essentially, there's certain things you're gonna wanna highlight in making an offer in today's specific market. Number one, what the interest rate was in the date that the property went into contract. And at this point, it's probably lower than where it is today. And even if it's fluctuated, this is a number you wanna know because that impacts what buyers are willing to pay for homes. The other thing is you're gonna wanna go back and you're gonna wanna look at the days on market, the list price to sales price, the days on market, how fast the home was selling, the list price to sales price, what a seller wanted versus other buyers are willing to pay, and ultimately what homes traded for in the area. And you're gonna wanna do this by asking them the question, how many days was that on the market? What did the seller want versus what did the buyer pay for? And ultimately, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, in this neighborhood you wanna be, what are people paying? And this is how you go through making an offer. And at the end of it, you could say, would you agree, based on what you're saying, that buyers that want to be in this neighborhood are paying in a range of blank and blank? So they can actually understand. Because if the days on market are going up, there may be some more room for negotiation. If the days on market are going down, that means it's getting more competitive. And if it's relatively staying the same, you know kind of the market set on that way. So this is how you can make data-driven decisions. Keep your buyers in the driver's seat of control. Because remember, when you ask them something and they answer in their own words, it registers in their brain differently than lecturing them. You're not going to want to talk at somebody for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Think about how hard it is to watch a 5-minute training video to improve your business and have a better life. So this is the process of writing an offer. And we suggest you use our offer template. Follow the steps of introducing your buyer, introducing who they are, and remember this concept of positional bartering. A home is something filled with emotion for most people. And when you take a fixed position that says, today's July 1st, I'm gonna offer you $1.1 million for your house, 35-day closing, mortgage contingency, inspection contingency, and just some other information, and a pre-approval letter from some stranger, how comfortable and confident can another party be in who you are? The pre-qualification letter is finances is one of the most important things to clients. It's from a stranger that they don't even know. So when we're writing these offers, we want to put as much information as possible, get the agreement from the buyer and the lender for them to share the numbers. So if they want to confirm it, that's no problem. You'll want to share information about your buyer, their credit score, how long they've worked places, their annual income, if that sets them up for success based on who they are and what value they add. And based on your state, local regulations, encourage you to speak with your sales manager first, put a personalized letter. And when you put on a personalized letter, you're trying to emotionally connect with people and their home and the things they loved and how you love them too. You'd be surprised how many times this is the difference that makes a difference. And if this is not applicable in your state or local market, just skip over it and try to provide as much information as you can. If you're in a state that is just a purchase and sales contract, what you want to do is create a purchase and sales contract, but attach all this information in combining a PDF where it's all in one place. And I would put all the information about the buyer, my cover sheet, the highlights of the offer in a PDF that's with the written offer that they buy, that the seller has to go through first to actually see the written offer. So these are different steps and strategies you can use. Again, you know all the templates are here, all the steps are outlined for you, and this is how you write a successful offer for a buyer.